I have been stuck for a while and I don't even realize it. I'm going to share with you these concepts and ideas that you can use that I've tested, and I'm showing the proof here that it is working. The first one is pain and pleasure. I started to associate things that make me really uncomfortable or things that make me grow, things that challenges me with pleasure. And I started to linking things that are making me like negative, making me not motivated, making me lazy, unhealthy habits, or a things that make me just be just kind of wishing and wanting to be better, to be. So I started to link those negative emotions and behaviors and habits into pain. So for example, for a while, each time I wake up, it's hard to wake up in the morning, especially when I don't have a lot of sleep at night, because right, we're taking care of a baby and I'm a new dad. So when I wake up, I wanted to, when the alarm goes on, I want to think that, hey, is this, if I stay in bed, that is going to cause me pain because I'm going to be late, I'm going to be rushing, I won't be ready. But and if I link that to pleasure, that I think that waking up early, doing something that I don't prefer and at the moment, in the present moment, but at the same time, doing that thing will help me in my future. So I link that positively to a healthy habit. So I link that to a pleasure, right? So waking up early when I don't feel like it. This is one example. Another example is showing up to work and bring positive energy and making running my personal brand and connecting with other people, like doing things that challenge me and that help me to grow. I link all of this into pleasure. And yeah, not every time this is going to work, but over time I subconsciously, I physiologically pick up the parts or the things, experiences that I do that is pain and pleasure. And I try to do every decision comes down to, is it going to bring me pain or is it going to bring me pleasure? And I do my best to choose the ones that bring me pleasure over time and every time. The next one is the story I tell myself, the story that is happening in my head. So, for example, if I always think that I'm somebody that does not perform well under stress, I'm somebody who shy away from challenges, I'm somebody who always look for comfort when that's available, I'm somebody who, when I'm lazy and I'm tired, I just eat junk food and watch TV. So if this is a story that I link and I tell myself, I my subconscious mind and my head doesn't know that that is actually a thought or a reality. So if I keep repeating that, it's going to link that into my reality. And each time something happens, I'm gonna repeat it subconsciously, quietly in my own head that, hey, I am somebody who cannot survive this. I'm somebody who always quits. I am somebody who cannot follow through. So this story in my head that I tell myself needs to be reprogrammed. It needs to be rewritten. It needs to be examined, right? Like one bad decision or one good decision doesn't change exactly my life, right? If I eat one unhealthy meal, that's not gonna make a big difference. But if I go work out for one day, had to go work out, that's not gonna make a huge difference. But compounded and repeated over time, the negative ones, the negative voices, the negative story become a huge deal. And each time that voice or that negative thought is going to impede me or it's going to stop me from taking the action that I really want to be. So change the story, examine the story that I have. So I switch from I'm somebody who want to grow and get better and learn better to I am somebody who is growing. I'm somebody who is disciplined. I'm somebody who likes consistency over perfection. I try to tell myself this over time and kind of down to the everyday decision. Sometimes I may not remember that, oh, this idea that my story in my head, it's going to affect my behavior and my action. But when I do, that is helpful because now I can snap out of whatever autopilot thought, the negative loop, the negative thought that I was living, and change that into something positive, into something that I want to be. And that has just been powerful. The next one is having actions or a rituals every day or every week and make that into a non-negotiable standard, because the actions and the repetition will reinforce the idea of who I believe I am. And once the repetition is there, once I see a little bit of progress, it turns into self-belief. And that self-belief gives me more confidence to take and to keep reinforcing that positive cycle of like linking the things that I wanted to attract, the ideas, the behaviors, the experiences into pleasure, and the negative ones into pain. And then I rewrite the story in my head through each time the actions and the rituals. I remind myself that this is who I want to be, and that's it. Whoever it was in my own head, who I used to be was who I used to be, and that's fine. That's the past. I'm not gonna think about it. I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna negotiate with the past because it already happened, right? So having an action, having a ritual every day, it could be every morning, it could be every day after lunch, it could be what you do before you go to bed. And then maybe I can schedule something every week to check in with myself, or I can say I'm going to set a measurable thing that I will consistently do, which is going to be trackable and it has to be non-negotiable. And this action will just reinforce the first two, which is linking to pain or pleasure and rewriting the story. And more importantly, none of this will happen overnight. This is idea and concepts that you will have to integrate in your own life and try out and test it for yourself. And over time, it will click, or over time, you may realize that these things really work over time. But if you want it right away, that's probably it can probably happen, but the results really grow and compound over time. So this is my experience. This is what has been helping me, and this is how I get to show up every day, even when I don't feel like it. This is how I get to grow, and this is exactly what I like to do. I enjoy doing, trying something out myself, and then sharing exactly how you can do it together on the same path. So if you like my content, feel free to subscribe, ask me any questions in the comments, connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'll see you on the next one.